Here we are at the 350 500 Sidecar 250 Championship with the reigning champions, Clive and Lester. We'll talk to Clive first, with it being his last meeting. Clive, you're looking to go out on a win today, obviously, for your long retirement.
Yeah, I hope that we do win. I feel confident that we are going to win. Lester's going good. The bike's just been done again, so I feel quite good.
And on your retirement from the sport?
Oh, I'm sad I'm packing up, but everybody has to pack up in the end, don't they?
Yes, as I well known. Right, Lester, I've seen you out in practice. It looks fast. The track looks very fast, and you look like you're getting round fine. How did you feel yourself?
Yeah, track feels good at the moment. I think it could be a bit dusty later. They just go careful with the watering, but bike feels good. Everything feels good. We just made a few changes. Hope to go a bit faster now and get out there with the title again.
And one more practice maybe before you go out, or are you just going straight out to the race?
No, we've made a few changes, so we've got to go out and try it, and if it's any better then we'll leave it as it is. If not, we go back to what we started on.
Right, thank you very much, boys. Have a good day. Cheers. Hello, we are with the Stewarts. You've been out to practice. The track looks very hard and dusty. You look like you've got a bit of a sweat on. How can you see it going for yourself today?
Well, we think we might have blown our best engine in the last practice, so that could cause a bit of problem. We got a spare, which I think we're going to have to put in, but it's just standard motor, so we just hope that it'll hold up.
Right. You've been running a different engine abroad. Do you think it's a lot better for you, and do you hope to come over in England with this type of a bigger engine?
Well, I don't think it will come over to England because I think this year is possibly the last year that they'll have the 650s, because they've tried the bigger engines in Germany and they're no quicker. They're not doing what they wanted them to do. You know, they wanted to bring more people in, and it's just not happening. So I think next year it will go back down to 500.
And as yourself being a passenger, do you find the bigger engines are better off on the back with the handling and everything, as far as you say for the 500?
To be quite honest with you, there's no difference to me on the back. You know, it doesn't matter what the power. It all seems the same. You know, yeah, the 650 is a little bit sharper on its turns, but there's no difference in the passengering technique.
Thank you very much. Hope it goes all right. Hope the engine holds up again. Thanks.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks very much.
Yeah. Here we are with our reigning 350 champion Tony Aiken. You're going really well at the moment. What do you put it down to?
Just enjoyment. You know yourself, when you're confident, things go well. At the start of the season I didn't feel so good, as you know. We talked about it quite a lot and felt fat and useless and slow, and I don't know, the Berks Bonanza seemed to get me going, and things have been going good since then. I made the mistake of doing absolutely nothing in the winter, and I don't know, I'm not a very confident person, which might surprise some people. I need to be on motorbikes all the time, and then I just build my confidence up.
You were saying earlier on when we were talking that you don't win this championship on an even number of a year, but all the stats come with you and your lucky charms out there. Do you think you can break this stat?
Well, yeah, I said I haven't. I didn't say I couldn't. No, it's so hard, this. I've got as good a chance as anybody else. It's just a horrible meeting to have to do, because it's all on the day. For somebody like me or Jason or Neil Taylor, if you come second, it's just too close and it's no fun, is it? It's one of them meetings where there's only one position to finish, and Mark Wadsworth said it years ago. He said second sucks, and it really does here.
Right, I hope you win it today and have a good day. Thanks a lot.
I know, Carl, because I want a big kiss off you at the end, as I normally get when I win. Okay.
You'll get it. Here we are with Keith Drury. As he says, not a fancied man, so we're going to have to interview him on this to see what he's got to say about it.
Well, like I say, we're just underdogs. Coming off a couple of good results, in the third place in Holland 2 weeks ago. We won in San Michael last week. Hopefully we'll have a good day. And your engines, they're getting done by HM Racing, yes? Yeah, Steve Smith HM Racing, yeah, they're really quick. Hopefully the track will allow us to use the horsepower.
Well, the track looks really good and hard, so I'd suggest maybe
it's a bit slick in the corners, tight corners, long straights. Just got to try, and passengers going to have to work really hard today. I think it'll be more down to the passenger, to be honest.
Right, that's a very interesting view. I hope you do really well. I know from experience with the engines, it's a very, very hot day. So hopefully you'll keep it all together, and we'll see you on that rostrum.
that's what we're hoping to do. Yeah, we'd be pleased with the rostrum, but obviously to win it would be is our main goal.
Right. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers.
Here we are with Wogie Giles. I haven't seen much of you with me being from up the north, but you're getting some very, very good press results in the press. How's it going of late?
Yeah, it's been going very well. Like, thanks to Mick Potter for sponsoring his bike, and yeah, I've been going really well. It's ideal, like 350 for me, so I'm really pleased with that.
You see, you're still on the stand-up. Have you rode the lay-down bikes?
Yeah, last year I was on the lay-down with Brian Woodcock sponsorship, but he said I wasn't going nowhere. So lucky enough, Mick Potter come along. I know it's an upright, but it's a ride.
So can you see yourself on the rostrum today, or are you aiming for a bit higher?
Well, hopefully, but it's just the way things go, innit? You know, it's racing.
You said last week you made the final with 3 heat wins, and then you got a chain knocked off in the final. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. There's come and brushing with Richard Smith. You know, it's just racing again. First corner, bunching. What more can I say?
And are you finding the track difficult? Watching a bit of practice, everybody seems to be missing this pit turn. Are you coping with that quite fine?
I have been until the last time. It was slick coming in, but then it's a bit of grip mid-turn, and it's just like throwing everyone out. So it's a task, really.
Right, thank you very much, and have a good day. Cheers.
Thanks a lot.
Right, here we are with Richard Smith, ex-British champion. Today, it's going dwindling a bit on the 256 for people. Who do you think will be your main rival today?
It's hard to say. The track's quite tight, which doesn't really suit me, but there's obviously Paul Cooper that's going quite well, Lee Street, a few locals from around here which go well on this type of track, you know.
And how has your form been leading up to the championship?
Well, I've been riding the 350, which sort of like a hard decision today to ride the 250 because so many of them have gone away, and you know, I like to have a good scrap with them, but I haven't really done hardly any meetings, so the decision is to do the 250. So the 350's been going alright, had a couple of good results. So.
And can you see yourself doing away with the 250 and going more into 350 to actually find the competition?
That's right. I think the 250 is dead now. Unless people come into it, it's no fun. Sort of like, you know, riding every week when there's no one there to have a real good scrap with 4 or 5 of you. You know, if you sort of there's a few about that you can race against, but not the 5 that were there to have a scrap with, you know. So I'll probably move on to 350s and see how it goes on that.
So hopefully the crown and glory will be British champion and then retire on the rostrum from your 250?
Maybe, yeah. I won't say never die on the 250 because I can always put it in the shed and just roll it out next year, but I think that's the way to go because you just got to put yourself away and say, right, I'm going to go to the 350s. So.
Right, thank you very much and good luck.
That's right, cheers. Thanks.
Here we are with James Compling. A win last week, James. First time in the big time with the 350 finals. How do you think it's going to go for you?
Well, today I'm actually quite lucky to get in anyway because I saw a dead reserve and came to first and someone's actually pulled out. So, I mean, I'm just hoping to do as well as I can. The track's a bit tricky at the moment. It's a bit inconsistent. It's gripping and slippy. But I'm sure we can get around that.
So, you're hoping, what, for the final? To make the final or make a rostrum would you be looking at realistically?
Well, for myself, I'm actually hoping to come in the top 6, if not higher, really.
Right. That's great. As I say, you won last week. You obviously enjoyed the wide open space of Collier Street. Today you say it's a bit inconsistent. Do you get on with the tighter tracks?
No, I actually prefer the bigger tracks with the bigger turns. It actually suits my style of riding a lot better than turning the bike back like a speedway style. I much prefer like the style of long track. More than anything, it's much more comfortable for me to ride as.
Right, thank you very much and good luck for today.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers. Here we are with Lee Street. Lee looks like he's been up too early this morning to get a shave, but more about that in a bit. How's it going out on the quite difficult track, talking to the riders?
Yeah, it's not bad actually. Yeah, it's quite quick, quite smooth at the moment. I'm enjoying it at the moment. We'll see what happens in the first race, won't we?
So we've seen you there and thereabouts at these championships. Obviously there's a couple of lads gone. How do you see it going for yourself today?
Although a couple of the lads are gone, there's a few come up, a few like impressive, like Paul Cooper, people like that, really riding well. So I think the pressure's still there. I'd like to do well, but I always seem to be there, but I seem to have a bit of bad luck now and again. So.
And this new werewolf look, do you think that'll scare the opposition?
That's what I'm hoping, yeah. Yeah.
Right, you're scaring me, so I'm going to have to go now.
Alrighty, mate.
Have good luck. Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Bye.
Would have been nice if they put themselves in number order, but they haven't. Alan Weil, photography there, catching the magic moments. You always get one, don't you? And that man on that 350's just put himself on the head of the front of the thing, and all the 250s were nicely in order. Defending 350 champion there, Tony Atkin. Also number 3, Lester Goodwin and Clive Goodwin. They are here defending the title they won last year. The 250 champion has decided to retire, Mark Wadsworth, after winning it for 13 times. Not all in a row, but a mighty fine few of them were. And Roy Bell starts the presentation of the mugs there, starting off with Colin Howe. Moving on to Richard Lively. Paul Cooper receives his British Championship commemorative mug. He said that Roy Bell gave me permission to say that the mugs are being presented by the biggest mug. Come down to Stephen Hall, we go to Mark Williams. And now down to Lester Denham. Try not to miss anybody out, but of course they're standing right in front of these boys' number plates, aren't they? 64 was Chris Knowles. Number 20, Ricky Ashworth, British Youth, 350 champion. He's out here today. And that took my mind off things, didn't it? We moved down the line. Oh, need another box of mugs, look. I think we've run out of mugs. So let's just go down those 250s. There's Colin Howe, Richard Lively. Can't see because somebody's standing in front of the number plate. Paul Cooper. Stephen Hall. Mark Williams. Sam Morby. Found some more mugs and they're working their way along the 350cc riders. Latecomer, number 1. Young Mr. James Complin. And number 1 I've just been told is a number 7, so that's not James Complin, that's Ryan Tolley. On down to the 500cc sidecars.
Yeah. Well, look, there's one at the back of it, behind 223. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Line across the top. Yeah.
Could I make a request for the lap scorers? I don't know if you can hear me, you boys out there, before you start your engines up again. But number 7, Ryan Tolley, your front number mate looks like a number 1. Even I gave you out as number 1. If you want to get the right amount of points that you score this afternoon, I suggest you make it look more like a 7. And the lap scoring ladies have said, could you put a bit of white tape across it, make it a French 7? And if you can hear me out there, but that would be appreciated by lap scorers, point scorers and commentator alike, so we don't give anybody the wrong points this afternoon. We can hardly be accused of doing it wrong if you can't get your number right. 500cc sidecars receiving their mugs. Riders, a message from the clerk of the course, and I'm trying to say this a bit louder because I really want you to hear this one. Riders, please note, the clerk of the course has said no practice starts on the way back to the pits. You're not wearing your crash helmets, you're not covered by insurance, and you are not to do practice starts on the way back to the pits. If you do, you could find your bike back on your trailer. So no practice starts on the way back to the pits. Please, best behaviour for everybody. Save the blasting for the races. And what cracking races we're going to get this afternoon from this tremendous lineup of riders.
So it's exactly the same as 12 riders.
Well, leading the parade then, number 3, Leicester and Clive Goodwin, the defending British champions. Today it could be repeat, or it could be curtains. We don't know. They're only the current champions until today. And they can become reigning champions again. All those bikes now making their way back to the pits. 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe there, waving to the crowd. Tremendous look at these immaculately prepared machinery. There is Keith Drury and Richard Webb. They've even got to go back and put their leathers on yet, but they're keeping a cool head after their 2 wins, one in, I believe it was Holland, and one in France last weekend. The 500cc sidecar boys come good. 71, Raz Palmer and Danny Hogg. James Conklin. Well, we're about to start a tremendous day's racing, ladies and gentlemen. The British Championships, a highly honoured championship in the Grasstrack calendar, and for the 250, 350 solos and the 500cc sidecars, today is the big day. The 250 lineup of Craig Smith, Paul Cooper, Adam Shipp, Richard Lively, Colin Howe, Sam Morby, Mark Rowe, Paul Simmons, Richard Smith, previous champion from 2 years ago, wants his title back. Mark Williams, John Weeks, Chris Knowles, David Knowles, Gary Wells, Lee Street, Stephen Hall, Ashley Denham, Mark Netherwood, Steve Mander, James Child, Keith Strudwick, M. Klassen, Michael Klassen, I'm sure that is, Lee Pittman, Jack Walker, and Phil Ranson. With 350s, John Hartley, Craig Smith, Phil Ranson, Ryan Tolley, Reese Wilding, Peter Knowles, Tony Atkin, the defending champion, Tim Mount, Ricky Ashworth, Greg Williamson, Mike Topless, Scott Wilson, Barry Powell, Ben Morby, Matthew Child, Jason Handley, Dave Rumsey, Thomas Rowlett. No, Tommy Rowlett's out, isn't he? Let me cross that one off. No Tommy Rowlett this afternoon. Lee Gaydon, Gareth Roberts, Andrew Parfoot, Neil Taylor, Ian Guthridge, Mike Bowden, Andrew Combe, Terry Giles, Lynn Stanton, Matt Etherington, John Cox, James Complin and Mark Taylor. With 500cc international sidecars, Clive Willis and Mike Simpson. Leicester and Clive Goodwin, the defending champions, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford, Barry Bennett and Steve Tong, Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins, Rob Wright and Roland Meredith, Brian Canning and Steve George, Mike Reed with Mark Thorpe, Brian Raz Palmer and Danny Hogg. of the National Championships here this afternoon. And Jack Walker gets away. It's Lee Street that leads out of that first turn. Jack Walker is right there with him. Somebody's moved up into second place. Didn't quite catch who that was. Flat out they come, and it's number 75, Lee Street, that leads. Half of England, but, certainly on the pace here this afternoon. Lee Street from Lenham in Kent leads this one. James Child in second place. Jack Walker slips back to fourth. Lee Street, James Child, Gary Wells, another Eastern Centre rider. But it's all go here. Lee Street got a good lead at the moment, but James Child there right behind him, not giving an inch. One more lap to go. Lee Street leading this one. James Child starts to make his attempt at getting by as they come into the last turn. Lee Street leading it. Lee Street seems to have got slightly off that inside line. James Child's gone for it on the inside. It's going to be tight to the finish, but it's just Lee Street from James Child. That's the sort of racing we're going to expect here this afternoon. And we won't find in the first right. Gary Wells takes third. Jack Walker. And Mark Williams. Official result for you in a moment. Race 1, the 250cc solos, and a win there for number 75, Lee Street, opening his account with the win. First win of the afternoon. Second place was number 97, James Child. In third place, it was number 70, Gary Wells. Third place was 23, Richard Lively. Did I do that right? First 75, second 97, third 70, fourth 23, fifth was 46, John Weeks. Sixth was 262, Jack Walker. Seventh was 42, Mark Williams. Eighth was number 64, Chris Knowles. The winner's time, 1 minute 38 and 2/5 seconds, an average speed of 48.8 miles per hour. Richard Smith, previous British champion. Mark Rowe, Mike Klassen, Mark Netherwood, Lee Pittman. Richard Smith gets the best of the start as he comes down this first straight. Colin Howe is there with him. Out of that corner he goes. He's a good bit ahead now of Colin Howe. Colin Howe holding on to that second place though. Steve Mander moving up there in third. Richard Smith, no mistakes. Look at the lovely tight turn exit out of that corner. He's pulling away from the rest of the field now. 26, Colin Howe in second. Richard Smith leading there. Second and third, Richard Smith doesn't know and doesn't care what goes on behind him. He's well clear. Amanda winding the throttle on the other side. He's gone very wide and that has cost him dear. And indeed let Colin Howe back up into third place. You don't make a mistake at that level and get away with it. Last lap flag is out for Richard Smith from Adam Ship. The Eastern Centre boys are hot on this one. Then the South Midland. Well, the competitors now quite nicely spaced out. Makes it easy for lap scorer and commentators alike as they come up to the checkered flag. Richard Smith opens his account with a win this afternoon. Madam Ship in second place. Then Colin Howe, Steve Mander, Mark Rowe, Lee Pittman. Race 2, ladies and gentlemen, race 2, the 250cc solos. Just sent the all clear to give the official result of this one. And that's a win for number 33, previous champion, Richard Smith. In second place, it was number 16, Adam Ship. Third place was number 26, Colin Howe. Fourth place, number 95, Steve Mander. Fifth place, number 30, Mark Rowe. Sixth place, 201, Lee Pittman. Seventh place was number 87, Mark Netherwood. Eighth place, number 196, Matthew Klassen. And in the winner's time, in 1 minute 37 and 1/5 seconds, an average speed of 49.4 miles per hour. Not bad for 250, still a lot of grass on the circuit. Speed should improve as the days go on. We're away with race 3. 77. Ranks of racing, and he's really putting the pressure on this lot as he leads race 3 down the back straight. Paul Cooper, I think that is just going after him on that turn. Paul Cooper powering around the outside. Stephen Hall holding that tight inside line. It's going to be closed up, and Paul Cooper's just on it. The two first names muddled up, don't they? One and the other with their clothes on. Flat out of the turn then. Paul Cooper making this one his own. Stephen Hall in second. That's Craig Smith. Oh, we have a faller on that far side. Laura Rooney looks like he's going to get up on his feet, trying hard. And the race being called to a halt. Red flags are out. Means that we have a result. The result on 3 lap stands, and the result is as follows. A win for number 11, Paul Cooper. Second for number 80, Ashley Denham. Third place to number 67, David Knowles. Fourth place to number 124, Keith Strudwick. Fifth to number 31, Paul Simmons. Sixth to number 28, Sam Morby. And seventh to number 2, Craig Smith. No 8th finisher. No time and no speed due to the sudden stop on only 3 laps. So no time or speed for that one. I'll give you that result again. 11, 80, 67, 124, 31, 28 and 2. Race 4. Is underway. Number 2, Craig Smith gets in. Very tight racing on that first turn, but everybody seems to be round it and A-OK, and Craig Smith leads. Trust me to get that wrong. It's number 9 that leads. Craig Smith was in second place. A little bit of a wide corner there. Pulling away from the rest of the field. Looking over his shoulder to see where they all are at half distance is number 9. his bike stops. His bike has stopped. You can hear the cursing under that crash helmet from here, and he is just not an impressed chap. Way out in front, and his machine has come to a standstill. That lets 23, Greg Williamson, pick it up. With Dave Rumsey. It's all happening, and that man there in second place just overlocked it, and he's lost a lot of ground, and he's allowed the rest of them to catch him up. They're bunching there now for third place. 23, Greg Williamson takes the checkered flag from Dave Rumsey. Intrepid lap scorers have done that. Official result in a moment. Solos in the first exclusion of the afternoon. I'll give you a result and then I'll give you the exclusion. Race 4, a win for number 23, Greg Williamson. In second place was number 101, Dave Rumsey. In third place was number 93, Matthew Child. Fourth place was 811, Glyn Stanton. Fifth place was 611, our reserve rider. Sixth place to number 74, seventh place to number 90, and eighth place, Naught, which of course is John Hartley. No 9th or 10th finishes. The winner's time, 1 minute 35 seconds, 50.5 miles per hour. Number 2, Craig Smith, excluded for course cutting. Craig Smith, number 2, excluded for course cutting. That result again, 23, 101, 93, 811, 611, 74, 90 and 0. 1 minute 35 seconds, 50.5 miles per hour. Here they come. Three riders are really tangled up together, and Mark Taylor had to ease the throttle back and lose a little bit of ground there. The other two are fighting mad. From first back to third place in one easy movement there. That was Lee Gaydon, but leading it is Jason Handley from Mark Taylor. Here in Essex. Jason Handley then. As to be expected, one of the forerunners of the 350cc cruise these days, a very, very experienced rider, both home and abroad. Tim Mount. Five, Jason Handley from Neil Taylor. Ian Guthridge. And Andy Powerfoot. Checkered flag made ready. 95, Jason Handley opens his account with a win. From Neil Taylor. Result for you in a moment. 350cc solos. The official result is a win for number 95, Jason Handley. In second place, it was 173, Neil Taylor. Third place was number 116, Lee Gaydon. Fourth place, number 1, James Complin. Fifth place, number 6, Phil Ranson. Sixth place, number 117, Gareth Roberts. Seventh place, number 17, Tim Mount. Eighth place, number 118, Andy Parfoot. And in ninth place, number 174, Ian Guttridge. No 10th finisher. The winner's time, 1 minute 29 and 1/5 seconds. An average speed of 53.8 miles per hour. 95, 173, 116, 16, 117, 17, 118, 174. 1 minute 29 and 1/5 seconds. A speed of 53.8 miles per hour. Tony Atkin, the first defending champion to come out of that pit gate this afternoon, and he's quite down the back straight. He's well and truly in the lead at the moment. Flat out into that next turn, and second and third places are fighting furiously, but it's Tony Atkin that leads. It's all happening here. Superb conditions, the watering working well. Tony Atkin leads it. Riders starting to spread out themselves a little bit. It's quite close encounters all round, but a commanding lead for the defending champion, number 10, Tony Atkin. 1 lap to go for him. Reece Wilding. The checkered flag being made ready as they come round this, the last turn, for the last time in race 6. Number 10, Tony Atkin takes it. CC Solos a win for the defending champion. He's out with a vengeance this afternoon. That's number 10, Tony Atkin. In second place, it was number 20, Ricky Ashworth. In third place, it was 170, Mark Taylor. In fourth place, it was number 7, Ryan Tolley. In fifth place, number 8, Reece Wilding. In sixth place, it's number 300, Wogie Giles. In seventh place is number 36, Mike Topless. In eighth place, number 223, Mike Bowden. And in ninth place was number 261, Andy Gom. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute 29 and 4/5 seconds, and an incredible speed of 53.5 miles per hour. 53.5, not quite the fastest, I can tell you. 53.8 by Jason Handley. The battle is on. 53.5 miles per hour. Champions Leicester and Clive, good winner in this one, and they're away, but they're not in front at the moment. Out of that first turn they go. The defending champions are up into second place. Looking at the back wheel of Keith Richards. Keith Richards, ex-solo rider on 250 and 500cc machinery, living in the east. I'll get it right in a minute. The southern centre. 143. Keith. on the back wheel of Keith Richards. Can the good find a way for it? Better on the inside crowd now. Look at that, look right on the inside there. And here they come. What a racer. You can see why he's the British champion. Second place, and who's then moved up into second from third? It's all Action Stations here. Keith Richards fights back. He's front wheeled up level with the back wheel of that one in front of him, but he's not going to get there. It's Lester and Clive Goodwin, the power on ahead. The last lap flag's out already. How quick these races go. Flat out down that straight they go, and it's going to be a good win for the Goodwins. Andy Hopkins with problems there at the back of the field. The checkered flag goes out. Lester and Clive Goodwin over there again with a win. But what a cracking race from the international class of sidecars. Official result with you in a moment. On the 500cc sidecars, ever entertaining, and Lester and Clive Goodwin, what a cracking race there. In first place then, number 3, Lester and Clive Goodwin. In second place, it was number 22, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. In third place, it was 143, Keith Richards and Phil Spencer. In fourth place, it was number 33, Rob Wright and Roland Meredith. In fifth place was 49, Brian Canning. Says Danny Hogg, I don't think it was. And in sixth place, it was number 5, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. The winner's time was 1 minute and 36 seconds, a speed of 50.1 miles per hour.
Hello, who's calling? Me.
Because Public House, Great Dunmow, for alcoholic beverages. A lot of races to go yet. 500cc size, race 8 of your programme. We look for Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg, Rick Neal, Kevin Jones, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart, and Derek Steve Ashby, Jim Roden and Mark Rivers, Barry Bennett, and that's race 8. 500cc. Race 8 is underway, and who's it going to be this time? Going through into first place on the exit of that corner. I can see that one coming. Read it like a book. I think that was Trevor and Ronnie Stewart. They were so well on the inside. Who it was, but it is indeed Trevor and Ronnie Stewart that lead. Raz Palmer and Danny Hogg aren't going to give in easily. And Steve Ashby getting into the thick of it there in fourth place. Come on, you spectators, lend a bit of support. Don't you want your man to win? 77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart, and look at Raz Palmer. Raz Palmer's come on. Raz Palmer's come on. Here's the Raz Palmer one. Raz Palmer picks it up and takes it, and he's running away with it. Trevor and Ronnie Stewart seem to have no answer at the moment. The last lap flag is out. Out of that turn they come. It's hammer and nail. Previous British champion in his own right, and he's really going for it this afternoon. Trevor and Ronnie Stewart seem to have no answer at this stage. The checkered flag is out. Raz Palmer and Danny Hogg, they took it from the start. They lost it to Brian. Trevor and Ronnie Stewart, an incredible second there. All hot stuff here at the 500cc Sidecar Association's National Championships, year 2000. Of course, 500cc sidecars, race 8 was a win. An incredible win for Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. In second place, fighting all the way, 77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart. In third place was number 11, Ricky Neal and Kevin Jones. In fourth place, it was 887, Jim Rowlands and Mark Griffiths. In fifth place, it was number 7, Barry Bennett and Steve Tong. And in sixth place, number 181, Andy Kerrison and Steve Ashby. The winner's time was 1 minute and 35 seconds, giving an average speed of 50.6 miles per hour, the fastest of the sidecar races so far this afternoon. They would do it all their own way. They're not going to. Race 9, 500cc sidecar. Race 9, 55, well, it was Mike. 60 Phil Rowland. Drury and Richard Webb. Let's see a man on form on the continent of last year. Chris Allsbury and Gary Hughes. Paul Walcott and Richard Webb. Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe. That's the line up to race 9. Keith Drury and Richard Webb. Preston last weekend. Is it going to be 6 outfits aimed down towards the first turn? Only one can have it. You could put them all in the back of a transit van as they went round that corner. Nobody is giving an inch. Nobody is expecting to get an inch. Drop back and have a second attempt, but it's all happening on the front line. Off at the back of the field. Those three front outfits are getting closer and closer. Mike Reed leads it. Keith Drury in second place. It's all happening here. Fast and furious stuff. Mike Reed certainly got the bit between his teeth. Keith Drury and Richard Webb can't find a way through. Can they force one? The last lap flag goes, it's now or never if it's going to happen. Mike Reed, Mark Thorpe. Half a lap remaining. Keith Drury and Richard Webb coming really close, and look at Chris Salisbury coming on the outside of Keith Drury. It's going to be tight on the line here. Three outfits coming for it. Get ready, lap scorers. Tremendous finish to a tremendous race. What can the solos do to answer that? Race 9, the 500cc international sidecars. Perhaps I'll have to stop calling them streamers after this. The win went on the line by the narrowest of margins to number 91, Keith Drury and Richard Webb. In second place, it was number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe. In third place, it was 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. In fourth place, number 1, Clive Willis and Mike Simpson. In fifth place, number 886, Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands. And in sixth place, number 123, Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting. The winner's time was 1 minute 35 and 4/5 seconds, an average speed of 50.2 miles per hour. 0.1 miles per hour. Brad Palmer 50.6. One man leading and pulling away from the rest of the field, the rest of them sorting themselves out gradually. It's all hot stuff here. I would not want to be in those leathers. I'm warm enough in the commentary box. I wouldn't want to be out there in those leathers. 77. Stephen Hall leads it. 97. Stephen Hall had the misfortune to fall off earlier on. He needs as many points as he can get now from these remaining rides. James Child is the leads. Stephen Hall in second place. James Child changes 3 gears on the straight, 3 gears down again to the corner. Jack Walker there bringing up the rear. These 250s starting to spread themselves out a bit. There's a change of place there up into 4th place from 5th. But the battle goes on there. 97, James Child. From 77, Steve Hall. Remaining unchanged at the moment. There's a less than half a lap remaining in this race. Flat out of that turn. James Child makes no mistake this time. He takes that one for the win. Stephen Hall gets second. Mark Netherwood up to third. C solos and a good win there for number 97, James Child. In second place is number 77, Steve Hall. In third place it was number 87, Mark Netherwood. In fourth place it was number 78. Well, I think that was 28. Sam Morby. Fifth place was 46, sixth place 42, seventh 262, and eighth number 10. Oh, back with the racing. David Knowles led that one down into the first turn. He's going down that back straight. He's got Richard Smith hot on his heels. Richard Smith, an ex-British champion himself, wanting his title back. He even gave up his 350cc ride this afternoon to concentrate on the 250. He's holding second at the moment. David Knowles. If you won't get a commentary if I can't see. Round they go then. David Knowles leads. Richard Smith there in second place. Richard Smith putting a tight line this time, trying to make up a few yards. And David Knowles is coming up the front. Going out of that corner is a little wide. That's given Richard Smith the chance to sneak up on him, and he wished he hadn't done it. Richard Smith challenging hard now. Round the pits turn they come, the last lap flag is out. David Knowles flat out, going a little wide. Richard Smith is through, he's through on two. Final weakness there from David Knowles. David Knowles will now have his own work coming to get back past Richard Smith. I know he'll try his hardest, but that man is hard to beat on its 250. Richard Smith then leading it from David Knowles in second place. What a brave ride for David, and David challenges again. David really coming round there. The checkered flag is out, it's going to be full bore to the finish. Richard Smith takes it. David Knowles gets second. Paul Simmons in third. Steve Mander in fourth. Richard Lively, Ray Smith, and Matthew Nasser. Come on, Lee! Race 11. More exclusions. The official result. A win in race 11 for number 33, Richard Smith. In second place, it was number 67, David Knowles. In third place, number 31, Paul Simmons. In fourth place, number 95, Steve Mander. Fifth place, number 23, Richard Lively. And in sixth place, number 196, Matthew Klassen. The winner's time, 1 minute 35.24 seconds, a speed of 50.4 miles per hour. Exclusions for number 201, Lee Pittman, and number 2, Craig Smith. Well, the clerks of the courses, they said they meant business today, and the national championships, they said, will be worth winning, and those who can ride the bikes will be the champions. Race 11. 250cc solos, the result is 33, 67, 31, 95, 23, 196. Winner's time 1 minute 35.24 seconds, an average speed of 50.4 miles per hour. Oh, and a nasty tumble there, and 3 or 4 machines carting down the track. We must have a red flag. What bad luck there in the National Championships. Everybody's trying just that little bit too hard. This race being brought to a halt in the interest of safety. There is carnage on the far side of the track. 4 machines, I believe, in total, laying on the floor. What bad luck there in the National Championships. Everybody's trying just that little bit too hard. This race being brought to a halt in the interest of safety. There is carnage on the far side of the track. 4 machines, I believe, in total, laying on the floor. Chris Knowles, I can see, is there. Can't pick anybody else out from this distance, I'm afraid, but absolute carnage out of that corner. One man dropped it and the others had absolutely nowhere to go. Can I ask, we can see several people running up the infield. I suppose that they are relatives or whatever of the injured riders, but if you do not have anything to do with it, please let the St John's or Red Cross, whoever we've got here today, let the medical people do their job. Too much bad news for him, but 2 riders definitely being attended to there on the floor. A message from the clerk of the course that please, you other people who are up there, it's nothing to do with you, would you mind letting the others get on with their jobs? He has asked that all unofficial people get off the track.
Number 16 out of the ship, number 11.
Here comes the 350cc solo. The race is perfect. Here they come. that walks away with it at this point. Slowed a little out of that corner, and the riders now really chasing hard after James Complin. It's James Complin that leads. James Complin going a little bit wide, and the other riders coming up on the inside, but James Complin still holding it under control. From James Complin. Well, that young man can put a feather in his cap for holding off the British champion for that long, I can tell you, let alone what he's now doing, which is challenging to get the lead back. Tony Atkin leads it from James Complin. And it was Ricky Ashworth. These riders going slightly spread out now, making it easier for us here in the caravan. Tony Atkin leads. James Complin in second place, not giving up yet. Andy Parfoot bringing up the rear there. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be 2 rides and 2 wins for the defending champion, Tony Atkin. From James Complin, from Mark Taylor, from Reese Wilding, Wogie Giles, Ben Morby, Ricky Ashworth. Place 13 in your programme with 350cc solos. A win there for the defending champion, 2 out of 2 for number 10, Tony Atkin. In second place, the young man coming good, number 1, James Complin. In third place is number 170, Mark Taylor. Fourth place, number 8, Reese Wilding. Fifth place, number 300, Terry Giles. Sixth place to number 90, Ben Morby. Seventh place to number 20, Ricky Ashworth. Eighth place, number 74, Scott Wilson. Time was 1 minute 30 and 2/5 seconds, a speed of 53.2 miles per hour. Race 30 from the top, 10, 1, 170, 8, 300, 90, 20, 74. 118. Here they come then, a rerun of race 20. Colin Howe leads it. Jeff Moorcock to Alan Foscue on the centre green, please. Jeff Moorcock to Alan Foscue on centre green, please. Lee Street, clear. This one. Domination of this race. Third place is Colin Howe. Colin Howe strikes back at Keith Strudwick. Keith Strudwick powers out of that turn, puts it, oh, a little bit extra slide on that straight there, and that allowed Colin Howe to level the score a little bit. Out of the corner comes Lee Street then. Lee Street from Keith Strudwick, from Colin Howe. Chris Knowles. Number 75, Lee Street had a win first time out, so he's going to win second time out if he can stay there for this last quarter, no, last lap and a quarter. 75, Lee Street. From young Mr. Denham. And Chris Knowles. Lee Street taking it easy in that last bit. He's obviously had a look and seen that he's not under threat for that one. Lee Street takes the win. He's not win. He's done second. Then Colin Howe. Followed by Ashley Denham. And Chris Knowles. Official result for you in a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, don't put it in the wrong place. Race 12. Race 12 for 250cc solos is a win for number 75, Lee Street. In second place was number 124, Keith Strudwick. Third place was 26, Colin Howe. Fourth place was number 80, Ashley Denham. Fifth place was number 64, Chris Knowles. No other finishers. The winner's time was 1 minute 36 and 2/5 seconds, an average speed of 49.8. miles per hour. A speed of 49.8 miles per hour. And it's Craig Smith that leads. Incredible gator, that Craig Smith. He certainly gets off that line with a vengeance. He makes his way around this turn, flat out, and here he comes. Craig Smith. Oh, and he's got another crash out of that corner there, and I believe that was Peter Knowles that went down. And that time is just not his lucky day. He's still on the floor. He's rolling around a little bit. The red flags are out. The race is stopped once again in the interest of safety. And the full distance, nothing for these riders. For 350s for race 15. And it's Jason Handley that takes to the front. Here they come then, Jason Handley, Neil Taylor. I know the Taylors apart, you can't tell me anything. Gareth Roberts in third, but somebody can Reece Wilding, I think that is coming up on the inside. Jason Handley, Neil Taylor. Ryan Tolley moves into third place ahead of Gareth Roberts. Gareth Roberts was holding on to fourth. Jason Handley. It was him and Tony Atkins who was all between last year, and Jason Handley. Round that bottom turn he comes. Jason Handley looking every inch a champion this afternoon, but he's got a few more people out there looking just as good. That's the last lap. Eyes back to the front. Jason Handley throws it sideways one more time. The checkered flag is out. It's 95, Jason Handley from Neil Taylor. Little bit of a gap back, Ryan Tolley. Gareth Roberts, Lee Gates, Mike Thompson. Race 15, at the bottom of the page, ladies and gentlemen, don't put it in the wrong place. Race 15, got that? Race number 1. No, race number 1. Race number 15 in first place, 95, Jason Handley. Second place to 173, Neil Taylor. Third place to number 7, Ryan Tolley. Fourth place to 117, Gareth Roberts. 5th place to 116, Lee Gaydon. 6th place to number 36, Mike Noplis. 7th place to number 82, Barry Powell. 8th place to 611, our reserve. 9th place to number 6, Phil Ranson. And 10th place to number 174, Ian Guthridge. 6th place to number 36, Mike Noplis. 7th place to number 82, Barry Powell. 8th place to 611, our reserve. 9th place to 3 miles per hour. Here comes race 14. Craig Smith again. Craig Smith drops to third. No, he doesn't. He goes back into second. Dave Rumsey comes through for second place again. Craig Smith fights with him. Elton in front and going forward. Oh, there's 2 off level now. Second place. Craig Smith drops down to 3rd, 4th. No, he's, oh dear, I can't see him now. 5th. Round they come. I believe that was Peter Knowles who crashed out of the first round. He's really fighting for it here. Not having the best of days, remember. Machinery problems, falling off. Oh, no, he's on. Greg Williamson nearly lost it there. Dave Rumsey then, 1 lap. Then Greg Williamson in 4th place. It's all happening at High Easter. Flat out of the turn, the checkered flag's ready. Dave Rumsey takes it. Stanton second, Greg Williamson. John Hartley, Craig Smith, Andy Gold. Then Greg Williamson. Gentlemen, race 14, the 350cc solos was a win for number 101, Dave Rumsey. In 2nd place it was number 811, Glenn Stanton. In 3rd place it was number 23, Greg Williamson. In 4th place it was number 93, Matthew Child. In 5th place it was number 0, John Hartley. In 6th place it was number 261, Andy Gom. In 7th place it was 223, Mike Bowden. And in 8th place, number 9, Peter Knowles. No other finishers. The winner's time, 1 minute and 34 seconds, a speed of 51.1 miles per hour. From the top, 101, 811, 23, 93, 0, 261, 223, 9. 1 minute 34, 51.1. Riding so well, machinery not really holding up to it. International sidecars are go. Trevor Roddy Stewart, make the motion. Riding his way around the first turn, 22. Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins have moved up into 2nd place. Well, the leaders spin off and almost lose it there. They were given that inspection lap, but they've managed to hang on to it. 77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart. 22. Kerrison and Steve Ashby on 181. Number 11 has got back in front of those, and that's Ricky Neal, Kevin Jones in third place at the moment, but hammering out of that turn, no mistake this time. Oh yes, there is a mistake, it's gone right round, and they touch, and over they go. Maybe it's stopped off Gary Lloyd's machine, and the red flags are out. Well, I'm not sure what will and won't happen about this one. The race has been stopped. There's somebody else. I didn't see the Ricky Neal end up down there in the ropes. So, riders and passengers on the stewards and the Dave Higgins carried on. Earlier, Gary Wells continuing to race well earlier than caused so much drama. Unfortunately, taken to hospital with a broken shoulder. Gary Wells in the hospital with broken shoulder. Having had their sighting lap, they're well and truly away. Raz Palmer and Danny Hobley. There in second place. They seem to have run away with it on that first corner, and Raz Palmer relegated to second. Now we know how he fought earlier in his earlier ride to regain the lead. Let's see what he can do in this one. It is a little slippery coming around that turn, but I think the track is drying. That's it, I can hear some vocal cords going. Perhaps if you could keep going like that all afternoon, I can retire. Here they come then, flat out. Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe ahead of Leicester and defending champions, one win under their belt and a second place in this one. It's good point scoring here. But look at Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe out in front and going places. He really means it this afternoon. High, wide and handsome. In 91, Keith Drury and Richard Webb, who had a race win earlier on, and they're relegated to fourth place at the moment. So strange things are happening in the points tables here. This will prove interesting. Leicester and Clive Goodwin get in the grip of it. The checkered flag is out, but Mike Reid takes it. One ride, I thought Leicester and Clive Goodwin and Keith Drury and Raz Palmer had perhaps one hand each on the trophy. That race certainly started to sort the men out from the boys. Race 17. Don't put it in the wrong place like I usually do. Race 17. A win there for number 57, Mike Reid and Mark Thorpe. In second place was number 3, Leicester and Clive Goodwin. In third place was 71, Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. In fourth place it was number 91, Keith Drury and Richard Webb. Fifth place to 886, Pete and Phil Rowlands. And in sixth place, number 33, Rob Wright and Wayne Reid. The winner's time at 1 minute and 37 seconds, an average speed of 49.5 miles per hour. cracking start there and there. They're well away level on. Here they come past the commentary box. Sideline round that corner. It's all systems go down the back straight there. Level begging. Oh, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart just squeeze ahead. Trevor and Ronnie Stewart. Be interesting to count the points up after this leg, I can tell you. 77. Second place. Three other outfits at the back, they're all coming together. '77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart leading. Well clear of the others, that's Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. And Andy Carris and Steve Ashby. There's Andy Carris and Steve Ashby on the centre green there. There's Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting in the back of the pack. They'll stay on top with those other drivers. The Clive Goodwin, who finished second in their second run and had a win first time out. Look though, they may not be hanging on to it. Come on, get your vocals going. The checkered flag is out. 77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart win. 16, the 500cc sidecars, a win there for number 77, Trevor and Ronnie Stewart. In second place was number 22, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. In third place, it was number 5, Andy Hopkins and Gordon Langford. In fourth place, it was number 1, 2, 3, Paul Moorcock and Richard Sweeting. No fifth or sixth finishes. The winner's time was 1 minute and 38 seconds, a speed of 49 miles per hour precisely. We should now go on to race 18. Eight, 7, Jim Rowlands. Here they come, down the straight. Who's it going to be? 8, 8. I think that was Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes who fought their way through to the front. But it's hot stuff on that front line. Nobody gets any favours, none are asked, none taken. 4, 1, 8. Richards and Thomas Eames holding on to third. Out down the straight they come then, 4, 1, 8. last turn for the last time, and the pace hotting up there. A win for 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. Keith Richardson, number 1, Clive Willis. 100cc sidecars, and a win there for number 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. In second place is 887, Jim Rowlands and Mark Griffiths. In third place was 143, Keith Richards and Thomas Eames. In fourth place was number 1, Clive Willis and Mike Simpson. In fifth place was number 7, Barry Bennett and Steve Tong. And in sixth place was number 49, Brian Canning and Stephen George. The winner's time was 1 minute and 36 seconds, and average speed of 50.1 miles per hour.